Okay, so now we're going to move on to what we call the slope-intercept form. The general form of this is y is equal to mx plus b. M is the slope, which is going to be the change in y over the change in x. B is equal to the y-intercept. So let me show you an example of what a y-intercept would be. Say we had this grid, right? So a y-intercept would be any point of a line that crosses the y-axis. So let's say if we had a line that went like this, like that. So this point right here would be what we call the y-intercept. Alright, so let me show you the process of solving a certain problem. Okay, so let's say y is equal to 1/4 x minus 1. Alright, we want to graph this. So there's two things we need to know. We need to know the slope and we need to know the y-intercept. So the slope, m, alright, if we look at the formula, mx plus b, m is this number right here, which is 1/4. So m is equal to 1/4. B, on the other hand, is the y-intercept. So b is equal to -1. Now, what happens is that this b is the value of the y-coordinate. So if you're going to do that by coordinates, it's going to, the b, y-intercept is always going to be, x is always going to be 0, and y is always going to be -1. So let's try graphing this, or drawing it, okay? So this is a kind of a rough graph, but we get the idea. So let's try to find the y-intercept. It's 0, -1. So x, 0, -1, so we go down 1. So here is the y-intercept. Okay, now let's do the slope. So to do the slope, we know that it's going to be the change in y over the change in x. So in other words, we know that in a slope, the top number is going to be y, the bottom is going to be x. So the way this works is, since it's 1/4, alright, and it's positive, we move up 1, okay, and then we move to the left 4. So in other words, we move up 1, and then we move 4 spaces to the right. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the way you draw or plot the slope is you start with the top number, which is 1, which is going to be the y value, and whether if it's negative or positive, you have to move up or down. Since it's positive, we move up 1, and the bottom x is 4, so we move to the left or to the right 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now we can just draw the line like so, and this is how you graph a line. Not too hard.